You're live.
Okay, I'd like to call the June 11th. Mission of the Richmond Parks and Recreation.
2 seconds.
Will you start all over? I'd like to call the June 11th meeting of the Richmond Parks and Recreation Board to order. The mission of the Richmond Parks and Recreation. Richmond Parks and Recreation Department provides for the positive development and well-being of the Richmond community through the provision of parks, greenways, trails, recreational programming, and facilities, while working in cooperation with other service providers and partners in the community to maximize all available resources. I'd like approval of the minutes for the March 12 meeting.
Make a motion to approve.
Your second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye. Sorry, that I was in favor.
Superintendent's report.
Well, first of all, I just want to thank everyone for being here. I wanted to especially thank Kate Hilton, who is actually getting all of this online for us and helping us with any trouble that we're having. So thank her. She's also been very instrumental in getting signage for our parks as well as our playgrounds and things like that. So thank you, Kate, who's sitting to my right. I want to go through, I will make this short and sweet because I want to be able to answer any questions that you might have. Hoping that I have those questions. If not, we'll sure try to find them. I do want to start by saying we may not have a team member of the month, but I will tell you that every team member in Richmond Parks and Recreation has been acting and doing a stellar job. And in the time of uncertainty that we have, our department has definitely kind of rose to the top with that. And so they've done a wonderful job. Everybody's been working hard to keep things going and actively, pursuing things for our community and making sure we're doing the best for them. So, it's kind of not what you do in times of uncertainty, but how you come and overcome those. And they've been doing a fabulous job. So I just wanted to make sure to say that. And if I'll just kind of share my screen here and bring attention to the report. I was going to do an overall report, but there's so many things that we've been working on, so many cool things that we've been doing in this time. And while there hasn't been a whole lot of positives that have come from COVID-19, I want to show you some of that have come from our department and things like that. So obviously, welcome back. We've been really busy. We have missed our community. So that's definite. We've been missing our community and we wanted to make sure to say that. We've had some challenges that have come along with COVID-19, as you can see. We've been doing a really good job at the golf course and other places. We had a little bit of a revenue loss. We've had to refund some shelters. We've had some positives in McBride and some negatives. Obviously, we haven't had RHS and Seton there to have the revenue, but we have actually been able to do a lot there to work on some things, and the actual turf in the field has never looked better. It really needed a good break, and so that was great. Obviously, there's uncertainty in tax collections, and we're working through that with our controller. Manpower restrictions, we're now catching up because we're back in full manpower. We've had a little bit of additional vandalism, and so we've been working to take care of those. Now we're going to see a change in how we do programs and events. We had to postpone leagues until they were able to come. We had to close the senior center. We kept being asked when the playground's going to be open, but great news, we're opening those tomorrow. We've had to have farmers market restrictions. We had to delay our master plan timeline, and of course the pools, splash pads, and JUCO are all going to take place in 2021. And I wanted to show you some things on the golf course when I talk about the vandalism. We did have some problems that happened this weekend, but I really wanted to bring your attention to the after, which is the bottom picture there, because it was in 2 days we had this looking amazing. And that is the teamwork that happens at the golf course. And the superintendent, Danny Turner, did a fabulous job getting this all fixed in less than 2 days. And so he definitely made some magic happen, and I wanted to make sure I showed you guys kind of the situation. So holes 11 and 12 were damaged, and we're coming back from that. We've had some retirement and team changes, and we welcomed some new team members, but we had to say goodbye to Ron Moore and Libby Hardwick. Ron Moore had 27 years of service. Libby had 21. I'm sure everybody knows them, and you know, we wish them well in their next journey. We have been able to hire Keith Clemens full-time again as community recreation coordinator. Michelle did move to Ohio, and so we're really excited that we could bring him on, and he was already acclimated with everything going on. So he's been working for us part-time this year, and so you know, thank you, Keith, for willing to be a part of the full-time team. And Morgan Clevenger hired as a Tech 1, Brandon Johnson as a Tech 2, Nate Davis as a Tech 2, and Laura Carnes is landscaping and naturalist. And we have an open position of floral and beautification that we're open and we're working on filling. Positives. So I talked a little bit about that there's a collective group of positives. Obviously, the golf course had the best January and February and May, and so that's wonderful. Obviously, we were closed for some downtime, but having the best January and February that we've had in years was helpful. Same thing with facility rentals. We were up really, really high in facility rentals in January and February, and then March came and plummeted and had to do a lot of refunding. But I think that we'll get through that. Projects have been able to continue. We've kept up on maintenance at a great level, and PPE and facilities and signage is something that we've been able to keep on top of. And then I've been working on town halls with Indiana Park superintendents through the Indiana Park and Recreation Association. So just understanding what our peers are doing across Indiana on a weekly basis and keeping in contact with the director of that has been something that has come out of this. I have a video to show you. We are a finalist for the Indiana's Governor's Award in Environmental Excellence, and we have a site visit on Tuesday. So I just wanted to show you a quick little video here because we're really excited to be a finalist, and I'm hoping that it'll load. Might take a little bit of time. If not, I can send this to you and the YouTube link, because I can see it on my end, but I'm not seeing it on the screen. Okay, all right, we'll skip that one. I'll send that to you directly. Project updates. We have been working on McBride bleachers. We've capped all their bleachers. You can see they're a lot more comfortable, and there was always an issue if you sat on a McBride bleacher that you were going to have paint come off, and so we're really excited to be able to cap all these bleachers and get them all new. We've been able to work on playgrounds during this time and get the repairs needed for those playgrounds that were a part of our bond and those equipment orders. We've been able to work on dock splits. We were able to keep up with mowing. The downtown pots look beautiful. We were able to secure a $5,000 grant through QUIP through Okra, and that will bring arts in our parks and in Center City. And then we were able to secure $11,000 from the Wayne County Foundation for our brand new playground at Star Park. So we're really excited about that project, and you'll hear a little bit more about that as the campaign comes forward. But it was really important. There's a lot of opportunity right now to press forward and to give the community hope. And I really truly believe this last playground, which will be the last playground we'll need to do to be compliant in the city of Richmond, which is huge. A lot of people can't say that their city is compliant in playground safety standards. So if we're able to say that, obviously that's going to be a huge plus and a huge draw to our area. I just wanted to show you these beautiful carts. We have brand new carts at Highlands. We've worked hard to get these 60 brand new carts with USB ports, drink holders, you name it. It's top of the line place for your smartphone. You can play music while you play golf. We're really excited about that. They have windows, and so it's yeah, they're state of the art. They have our symbol on the front, as you can see. and very quiet, very easier. They're easier to take care of and charge. And so, yeah, really exciting stuff there. The clubhouse opens Friday, and many improvements have been done out there. We put in a little bar area with seating, and also working on getting some different kind of opportunities to try to increase revenue out there. You can see Danny on the bottom there, who's been working on the drainage and putting riprap there, and it's really helping with overall drainage and the aesthetics of the course. Just wanted to kind of hit a couple things. We had the kiosk finally installed at Elstro, so we were able to get that installed with the electricity. These are some of the parts that we were able to fix on the playground, and I just wanted to make note of the brand new slide that has been installed, and we were able to get a credit for that slide due to some changes in color patterns, and which we were comfortable with, and so we went forward with. So very exciting stuff. Last night at the pickleball courts, we had a tree land on the fence. It was cleaned up, ready to go by 11:30, so it did not, disrupt any play. So kudos to our team for being out there, getting it done early this morning so they could play and get that done. But that's just a little bit of what we do on a daily basis. I wanted to show you it's spring, if you weren't able to see that. And then right down below that is something that's coming probably in the next couple of weeks. You'll see it bloom. You can't see it. It says Richmond, and that'll be a really cool addition. We've got the downtown pops I'm showcasing here, and E.G. Hills, the trellis is blooming, the overarching area, and then the landscaping that was done at Mac Shack to finalize that addition and improvements there. I did want to draw your attention to some other improvements at Middle Fork. They were really instrumental, as you can see the before and afters on there, as well as we raised $2,500 in the plant sale that just happened. So that'll go towards the greenhouse donations, and we're really excited about that. Future considerations. Just wanted to say that we're following the governor's Back on Track plan. You can see the dates listed here. Obviously on tomorrow, on June 12th, we will be able to open up the playgrounds, and then on June 20th, we'll be able to bring in artisans and craft vendors at the market. And then July 4th, we'll have entertainment starting to come to the market after that date. And then obviously some of our events will resume with restrictions. We'll have the movies still in July, and some of our fun concerts in the plaza, as well as our picnic series. In September, we will be looking forward to the fireworks, and that will happen on Labor Day weekend with American Legion. I want to talk a little bit about the farmers market. I know Caleb will talk a little bit about this, but I just really wanted you guys to understand how much went into being able to have the farmers market open and ready. Caleb made all of these foot pumps, and he did some terrific modified operating procedures, provided checklists for vendors, just worked through PPE needs for vendors, had those available for them at cost, just to be able to have the market open. And I worked the first market. We had a lot of people who helped with counting to make sure that we were at capacity at all times. Keith, Sheila, Faye, Jay, Faye's husband, all worked the market and tried to keep count and made sure everything was going well. So thanks to them. And then now we'll go up to the 250 capacity, and lots of safe measures being taken, and lots of vendors and market goers equally satisfied and happy with that. Wanted to welcome two of our three interns, Selena and Phoebe. You will see them during Caleb's presentation. He'll introduce them. And then I just want to thank you for your support and everything, and understanding that this has kind of been a trying time, but the Parks Department has pushed on and pushed forward, and I can entertain any questions that you might have.
Any questions?
Yes, can you go back to the golf course with the damage? So it looked like someone drove a car.
Yes. Yeah.
Do we not have cameras out there?
We do not have cameras. This was hole 12. It's on the corner of Cart and Highland Road. Which road is that? Yes, on the corner right there. They entered in through that area, and they hit 2 holes. We're thankful that no more holes were hit, but we're working on protective measures on that corner and not allowing any vehicle traffic to get in. Try to find it in case you needed to talk about that.
Yeah, that was leading into my further list, are we trying ways to prevent that from happening in the future?
Yeah, and one thing I've learned definitely in this position is that you can't enforce character, and people will do what they want to do each and every day. It's how you come back from that, and we came back and we did great. So, obviously, if anybody has any information on this, we would love to know about that. And but if they don't, then we just hope that it doesn't happen.
Any other questions? Okay, you gonna do Jim's report?
I am. So Jim just basically has discussed a little bit of what I've discussed about the Tech 1 and the Tech 2s being hired, and seasonal positions are all in, all set. If not, they're going to be hired on Monday for seasonal positions for maintenance. We've been working on the docks, the bleachers, replacing parts on the playground, batting cages for McBride. We've been definitely keeping up on the mowing, the plants up, the pots uptown. And then obviously things have been being repaired as mowers break. And the janitor staff, the janitorial staff has been really busy with going the extra mile and sanitizing our facilities and restrooms. And then we have 10 stock slips rented to date. Last year around this time we had 15. So we're down a little bit, but people need to remember, we're gonna try to extend our season. So there's still time to get a dock slip out there. For a resident, it's $385. For a senior resident, $325. Non-resident, it's $460. And then we have some Wayne County resident options. So we just want to, encourage you, if you think about docking your boat with us at Middle Fork, it's gorgeous out there, and we'd love to have you.
Any questions about Jim's report? Sheila, are you there? Sheila, you're up.
Hello,
Hello.
can you hear me okay? Okay. We don't have a report yet with working remotely in our office as well as finance. Things are really lagging behind on getting posted. Do hope to have that for you within a week, and I will email that to everyone. I do know we've received our commercial vehicle tax in the amount of $14,313. Don't know at this time when we'll receive our property tax installments. We also have refunded around 65 of our rentals and about $6,000 at this time. So that really hurt that great number we started with, but we're hoping to come back. We've had lots of calls coming in for rentals, so we're hoping that comes back. We've spent around $800 just to come back into the office in supplies as far as masks, sanitizers, gloves. That will be a cost that we will keep incurring, and possibly by year end, we may need to move more money into our janitorial supplies because we are buying the extra. That's something just to, think on. Denise and I are starting the work on the 2021 budget. And it presents a few difficulties because we don't know, along with, our finance department, on what's to come with the taxes and things. So that's going to be fun. I do know the revenues for Highland for May alone was $54,000, which is great. I don't have the expenses yet to see exactly how that's going to end, but I still think they'll be okay. And that's really about all I have until I can get a hold of those numbers and get that report to you.
Okay.
But if you have any questions.
Any questions for?
Yeah. So what's typical for our janitorial supplies, and what's the amount that's usually?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the
What's the
question.
typical janitorial budget? I believe it's right at maybe 13,
Yeah.
Yes,
It's about $11,000 to $12,000.
$11,000 to $12,000, right around that. So we've been keeping tabs, and the reason why we have all these numbers, we've been keeping tabs so that we've been turning them into the controller, and then we hope that there'll be some reimbursement options. So, for example, we're buying an extra pressure washer to pressure wash the playgrounds. Try to do that on a regular basis, at least weekly, when manpower allows. So that is a reimbursable expense. So we're trying to turn all of those things in, and the loss of revenue is not something that we're finding they're reimbursing just yet. But I'm hopeful, and I've got my fingers crossed, that maybe some of this loss of revenue will be able to come back somehow.
And she said about $800 now additional.
It's about $800 additional from PPE, and those are things that are reimbursable expenses.
We had to order like new dispensers and the sanitizers to go in when we go in the facilities. And we had to order, sanitizers for this office and for Highland and for the senior center. So a lot of that is the expense that she was talking about. We had some things and we had to just purchase them.
And the city's been great too, collectively trying to get a bulk amount of things that they can share out, which is really helpful too.
Okay, thanks, Sheila.
uh-huh.
Amanda?
She's right. Can barely see your face, Amanda. There.
Yeah, it looks like I'm a part of the witness protection program. I'm not sure how I did. Sorry about that. Well, I have news of the senior center reopening date. We are hoping for July 6th. And we know it's been a long 3 months, and we are so excited to open the doors and welcome everybody back. Paul, our custodian, he's been doing a lot of special deep cleaning projects. So the facility will be beautiful and sparkly when we go. I've been talking with Mandy Ford about a special mural to put in the gymnasium. So hopefully we can have that completed by our opening date. And we are still working on having the Joy Games, or the senior games, in September. Everything looks like it should be okay to move forward as planned.
Any questions for me?
What's the mural gonna be?
What's the mural going to be?
It is going to be a quote of "Never Stop Playing" in Mandy's kind of flowered style that she has. So it'll be in the gym on the white wall up there. I think it'll look really good.
This is a part of the grant that we received through Oprah for the QUIP grant for art in our areas, and that will be one of the areas that has been selected.
Okay, any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Caleb.
Good afternoon, everybody. So it's been an exciting couple of months for the farmers market, some ups and downs. I'll just go through a little bit of what we've been working on and some of the changes we've seen. So our last market for the winter season was on March 14th. And you can kind of tell that that's right when the news started becoming serious around here, because the week before we'd had 24 vendors and that week we had 12 vendors. So I think we chose the right time. We were closed for the rest of that winter season. However, we were able to launch the online farmers market, which Denise briefly mentioned. But that's been a really awesome partnership that we were able to pull together. The Wayne County Foundation had a immediate crisis response grant program that we applied for through the Wayne County Food Council. We were able to get a grant to cover the costs of the online farmers market for 20 of our vendors for 6 months. So that's been a really great opportunity. We've had 208 customers sign up since the launch in early April, 184 orders, and over $4,000 in sales through that. So it's nothing like what we would do in person, but we were able to kind of stem or kind of stop the bleeding a little bit for some of our vendors and get the market online, which is something I'd wanted to do for a long time. So we're keeping that online market up and running, which it's provided a really great alternative for folks who don't feel comfortable shopping in public, as we did reopen on the 23rd. And we're also encouraging all of our customers to utilize that option as they shop, so that they can order everything ahead of time and then come to the market and pick things up. And then they can pay online, so they don't have to worry about getting their card passed around to a bunch of different vendors or anything like that. And then we started up, I apologize, I don't have the most recent market on my report, but we had 20 vendors at our first market when we reopened with the limited and modified operating procedures, 21 at our second market, and 22 at the third. So we're on a steady upward track, slow but steady. I've been working on a lot of kind of longer term projects as well during this time, trying to get I've been following a lot of the webinars from the National Farmers Market Coalition. I did some visits to some other farmers markets that did reopen before we did, to check those out and see what the best practices were. So that was nice because I also never get to go to other markets. So, and then dealing with a lot of the event changes that have happened as a result of COVID-19, a lot of cancellations, reschedules, the summer business pitch competition that we had been planning with the Started Up Foundation, we postponed until next summer, with the pitch competition happening either this fall or this winter. I did a lot of work with our SNAP program. We were also, the state of Indiana started the pandemic EBT program, which reimbursed families that receive free or reduced lunch for the meals that they missed. And so we worked with Reed Health and were able to get approval to use our existing funds from that grant to cover doubling on the pandemic EBT program as well. So we've seen a huge launch in that, with new customers coming to the market who've never been before, utilizing it in the online market, things like that. And then finally, I wanted to take a second to introduce two interns. First, I'm going to introduce our farmers market intern for this summer, or our first farmers market intern for the summer. Selena Faith is an Earlham student. I'll let her introduce herself very briefly.
Yeah, hi, I'm Selena. I'm the farmers market intern. I'm from North Carolina, but I go to school at Earlham, and I'm going to be a senior. I'm studying sociology, anthropology, and art. And so mostly with the internship, I'm focusing on local food access and community outreach regarding specifically the SNAP and PEBT programs and the farmers market. And I'm really excited to be here. Thanks.
Yeah, so we're super grateful to have Selena on board with us. And it's funny, we're on a Zoom call with just a wall separating us. So, but we are really lucky to have her on board and helping with all of the market operations. And then we also have Phoebe Campbell, who's been working with me on some of the marketing for the Parks Department as a whole and some of our other things that we're working on.
Yeah, hi everyone, I'm Phoebe Campbell. I'm a professional writing major at Miami University, and I'm also minoring in philosophy and law. I'm going to be a senior next year. I'm from Lewisburg, Ohio, pretty close to here. And so I'm doing the marketing and outreach for the parks. So I'm working with social media and newsletter to do a lot of different things with like the farmers market and the golf course and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, so we're super grateful to both of them. We'll also, starting next week, have a third farmers market intern joining us. Her name's Molly Cullen. I'll introduce her at the next park board meeting. But we're super grateful to everyone who's jumped on board with us for the summer. And as we kind of are navigating a different busy season than normal, trying to figure out how to make it all work. So I can take any questions if anyone has any about the market.
Any questions?
Caleb, are you gonna add back the Wednesday food truck?
We're still waiting for some clarification and guidance on the Food Truck Wednesday events. At this time, we're trying to be sensitive to both the brick and mortar businesses and the kind of issues that they've suffered, but also we're trying to figure out how to make sure that we can keep events going that the community loves. So there might be some modifications, and we're kind of working through an events reopening plan, sub-plan, on all of the other events and activities. So Keith and I are working on that together to see what the best options are for some of our summer events that everyone looks forward to.
Sorry, full text is today.
It's okay, no, it's good.
Also with the, I guess, marketing again, the information out there to our citizens. Obviously, there's a lot of food deserts here in Richmond. So
Mhm.
there a way that we are continuing to think about educating our community, going to those areas of Richmond that probably still don't know that there's even a farmer's market. How can we do a better job of making sure folks have access to food at the farmer's market in general?
Yeah, so we've been working on some different advertising and outreach opportunities. Specifically, this year we're doing a full page ad in Great Deals magazine, which should be arriving in mailboxes in the next week or so. So trying to hit some different demographics, hit people who haven't heard about the market, don't know what we do. So we're doing that. And we've also are kind of amp up different banners and putting up posters, maybe doing some door hanger bags. We've kind of considered a lot of different options. And I definitely agree. We're also working with some of the superintendents in communities and schools to try and get out information about the PEBT doubling, because that's a big, every person who has a school-age kid in Richmond got one of those cards. So I think that's a big group of people who maybe haven't experienced the market before. And so especially with there being less events and, school extracurriculars and things that are going on, summer camps, I'm hoping that more people will try out the farmers market. And as the produce season starts to really hit full force, especially, we're going to be hoping that everyone in the community can help us get the word out about the market and all of the options that are available to everybody.
And to explain the PEBT a little bit more.
Yeah.
So the card that they got in the mail is $300 per child. And so we are very excited to say that you can come to the farmer's market tent. You can swipe that in any denomination that you would like. So any amount, they can, if you say you want to swipe it for $50, you automatically get 100 at the market for anything that qualifies for EBT. So that in itself, people do not realize. It just come, it's very simple. You walk to the tent and yes, you get the card, you swipe the card, and then whatever amount that you want, we double that from our friends at Reed Health. And so we reached out to Reed and asked if they wanted to help us with this program. They were excited about that to put on top of the SNAP double dollars program. And so people don't realize that $300 can turn into $600 plus you're supporting your local farmer.
Yeah, and all that stays in our local community, which we're really excited about.
So that is huge for us. So I mean, you're talking, you want steaks this weekend? I'm gonna market, get them.
Yeah.
So yeah, so if you want some more information on that, you can call 983 Park and we'll talk to you about those options and help you out with that. It also is something we're working on and doing with the online market too. So I think people don't realize, and just to kind of put it in perspective, you can order on the online market and at farmersmarket.richmondindiana.gov. Am I right, Caleb? On
Yep. Yep. Farmersmarket.richmondindiana.gov.
Okay. Just want to make sure. I use it, but I don't remember. So anyway, you can go on that and you can order all of your stuff from the market and you can walk up and get in and out of the market. They'll have all your orders ready. So you need jam from Arden Gardens, you need greens from another vendor, but then you need brisket from Bollier Farms. I mean, you just can go around, grab your stuff. You've already pre-ordered it and it's ready to go. So you can get in and out of the market in less than 20 minutes.
Yeah. So we're really hoping that the online market also, a lot of the vendors offer delivery now. So for folks who aren't interested in going out in public quite yet, you can get delivery from many of the vendors straight to your house, multiple days a week. And if people want to use the EBT, either SNAP or the pandemic EBT, with the online market for deliveries, what I've been doing is I've been setting up one-on-one handoffs for tokens, because due to USDA regulations, we can't do SNAP transactions over the phone, but we do a really quick, really safe token transaction. I swipe the card, the person gets the tokens, and then they can pay for those, use those tokens with the vendors, even if it's not at the market physically, but with a delivery or a pickup order through the online market.
Good stuff.
Any other questions?
All right, thank you all, and I hope to see you at the market soon.
Community.
Got a few things starting up next week. Our industrial league's gonna start up, softball league's gonna start up on Monday. Once we hit stage 4, so kind of excited about that. Got a good amount of teams again this year, and they're all happy to get out of the house and start running around a little bit. And then we have our first day of walking club. It will start up next Thursday at 7 p.m. at Glen Miller. We're not doing as big of an opening as we've done in the past, just because of the way things are going, but we're still giving out t-shirts this year for the first 100 people to show up, and it will be a pretty big door prize as well. It's all thanks to Read Community Benefits, Read Healthier series, which is it's going to be there as well. If you have any questions about that, they'd love to talk to you about it. And then we're going to continue that all the way through September. So it should be a good time as long as the weather holds out for us each week. And then looking forward, even though the movies this month they're canceled, they'll be back August 1st. And they'll start each Saturday night about dusk, which in August is around 9 p.m. So I'm kind of looking out for that. And as Caleb mentioned before, we're working on pretty much revamping the recreation guide, making it easier to see and eliminating some of the stuff that might not be happening this year. So if you keep an eye on that, it's on the city website, it's on the parks website, it's kind of everywhere that we're trying to post online, and that should be up to date here soon. And with everything going on, let's change of dates for everything. But that's kind of what I've got going on for the
Show
next
them your shirts.
these are the shirts this year's walking club. And come on, get one.
Walk them out.
It's supposed to be nice next week. It's supposed to be nice next week. 70s, 80s, 90s, come every time.
At what time?
7 p.m. at Glen Miller Golf Course, Thursday night. Every Thursday, from now on, till September.
Everyone.
Every
Everyone.
single one.
I was wondering if you would want to get an update on Christine.
We will start Monday on first tee, and I think to date we've got approximately 125 kids signed up. Again, we'll do Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday classes. So I think if anybody wants to sign up, we can still sign up, but the price is $25, and we're looking forward to having a good year. A little shortened this year, obviously, but we'll go till week of July 25th, I believe it is, and we'll be off for the 4th. So we're about 2 weeks short this week, shorter this year than we were last year. But we've got we're looking forward to a good year. We'll have some different criteria, trying to keep all the kids separate, following all the CDC guidelines, and we have enough coaches so that we can keep the individual classes separated, kids separated. We ask that when you come and drop off your kids, that we don't congregate in any one spot. We're trying to make sure that we keep separation, and we'll have some people there that will tell kids which group they're going to be with, And we'll try to keep it that way through the entire summer. A little different than we have. We asked if they bring water. This year, we won't be supplying water because of all the other issues associated with it. So if kids are going to need water, please bring their own. And we will have restroom facilities through the back door at the clubhouse. And we will be cleaning the restrooms up after every class. So trying to keep it as sanitary as possible.
Perfect.
Any other golf?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that everyone realizes that we still have tee signs available for purchase. It's a 5-year agreement. It's $1,000. Get your name on a tee sign to sponsor that tee for 5 years. We have a few left, and we want to make sure to secure these so we can get the new tee signs up and going at all 18 holes. And then Wes is doing a phenomenal job. Obviously, if he was here giving his report, he would not tell you this because he's very humble. However, he is doing a phenomenal job. He is working himself to death out there. We're a golf course on steroids, he likes to say. And I've been out there 2 times this week, 3 times last week. And we're making great improvements, and we're really excited to get the clubhouse open. We have tee times that are still being reserved on TSNAP and on our website there. And TSNAP has proven to be a great improvement out there, and which is, if you guys remember, the point of sale system we went to last year. This year was great because we were able to go outside and register people and check them in through the iPad format. And so, yeah, I mean, we are just moving along out there. If you haven't been to Highland, why not? It is beautiful. We're making lots of progress out there, and you should go try it out. We want to just give our hopes over to Derek. He's been kind of out for a little while. He's our clubhouse manager. He's had some health issues, and so we just want to tell you we're thinking about you. Meanwhile, Jackson Hillard has kind of stepped up his game, trying to help out the clubhouse and providing some extra hours to help out Wes along with all the other seasonals. So just want to thank those people who have been instrumental in keeping us moving along with the extra precautions. We sanitize every cart every time one person comes back. We've been 1 person per cart since we were able to be reopened. So they work hard out there, and if you want to just go spend some time, you'll see it. So that's what we've got going on.
Okay. More comments and concerns? Happy folder? You have a happy folder?
I just have one card I wanted to read. It was a note of thanks for its spring. I think everybody loved seeing its spring on the hill. It lasted a little longer this year because of the way that they decided to do that. So we had one card that came through, and then I can pass these around or show you some of the art that will be going in on the grants that we have going on the arts. So you can look at those if you want to when you have a chance.
Okay, comprehensive master plan update.
So Dakota and Catherine and Mike were able to attend, but just to give the community and anyone else an update, we are moving along with our master plan, a little delayed in the fact of the adoption. However, we are moving. We're working on a vision statement. We have the first 3 chapters that the master plan team is reviewing. This comprehensive master plan is very comprehensive. 1 chapter is 126 pages, and that outlines every single park and facility that we have. And I think that the community really pleasantly surprised of the overall efforts that they put in this and what they're going to get back in terms of an overall comprehensive plan that meshes with the city's comprehensive plan as well. So we're really excited to get to work on that. Just got to get it adopted first, and so I can definitely entertain any questions about that, the scope of that work.
Any questions? Okay. New business. Approval of a contract 64-2020. Liminal course, golf course apartment tenant for Molly Cullen.
Yep, this is pretty straightforward. We do this every year if we have interns that need housing. as a first come first served basis. This is a contract for Molly Cohen to be a tenant in the Glen Miller Golf Course apartment.
Your approval for contract number 64, 2020.
I'll make a motion to approve contracts for 2020.
For a second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Approval for contract 65, 2020. Glen Miller Golf Course apartment tenant for Selena Faith.
Same thing, Selena and Molly will be rooming together at Glen Miller Golf Course as tenants, and this will just be to approve Selena Faith's agreement.
Do I hear a motion for approval of contract 65, 2020?
So moved.
Your second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the approval for contract 69, 2020, booking for concerts by Joe Augustine as agent in the amount of not to exceed $5,500.
So each year, in the last 2 years, we've contracted with Joe Augustine to provide booking for concerts at not only the farmers market, but also we've done a picnic series prior to and any other concerts. We've lumped these into one lump sum of both events instead of providing 2 separate contracts, which would be over the amount of $5,000. So it needs to come to the board for approval. So this will be for booking of any concerts throughout the remainder of the year, and preferably for the market and the picnic series.
Okay, entertain a motion for approval of contract number 69, 2020.
Make a motion to approve contract 69-2020.
Your second,
Second.
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, approval of a change order of contract for 120-2019 Reinhardt Lawn Care for concrete work located at Star Park in the amount of $32.50.
In an explanation of this change order, Reinhardt Lawn Care and Landscaping did the retaining wall at North 15th at Star Park. Hopefully you all have seen, it looks beautiful. However, then there's kind of one missing piece, in which is in the middle of the retaining wall are some crumbling stairs and a sidewalk that is also crumbling, and not only aesthetically non-pleasing, but also is problematic for trip hazard. So in the effort to continue while mobilization is there, we would like to extend this and do a change order in the amount of $32.50. This will take care of the steps as well as the concrete out front, and really make this frontage look great in this park. And I think that this is just that one piece that was missing with the retaining wall, and doing this while they're on site would be best.
Okay, entertain a motion for approval of the change order for contract 120-2019.
I'll make a motion to approve change order for contract 120-2019.
Your second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. No other business.
No other business.
Entertain a motion for adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Your second,
Second.
favor say aye.
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 Opposed? We're adjourned.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you all.